Hello, welcome back to the James Ramen Reviews Theatre Now. So in today's episode, I've got kind of like a different review for you, and I know it's almost been a week since I've actually done any videos, but I don't need to get into all of that because today I'm just going to be reviewing for you The Salt Path. Now, I had not really had a lot of experience when it came to like knowing about this movie. It kind of just popped out of nowhere. They were playing it in my local cinema, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to watch the trailer, figure out for myself, I want to go see the movie. And the trailer did kind of convince me this could be kind of entertaining and things. So I was like, you know what, let's go and have a figure out. Let's go figure out if this movie is if this is anything worth my time to go and see and stuff like that. So there's all of that, but I'll give them a rating out of 10. I'll give a bit of context. So yes, I did watch the trailer, but I actually had no idea this was based on a book either, so I was kind of trying to go in blind, but I kind of knew what I was getting myself into, so there's all of that. So what you need to know about this movie is that I'm not going to try and spoil the entire film, but if you've seen the trailer, you pretty much get the whole package from what the movie is actually trying to say. So what you've got here is you've got an old couple. They are really desperate to just go on this big walk, but what happens to them is that they end up losing their house and they have to withdraw money from the bank account because they don't have enough money, and they're trying to survive without money and without a house. They lose communication from their family, like this, like the daughter and all of that, the daughter and their brother, and things like that, where they're gonna try their best to survive without everything like that. So you could say it's not like a comedy film, it's more like a dramatic, melodramatic type of movie. Two British actors and stuff like that in this movie. So the first thing I'm going to say here is this movie is nothing to blow your mind about. It's nothing to write home about or anything. Like, there are moments where I actually did enjoy this movie. There are a few points where I was like, yeah, this is actually kind of entertaining. I do like the actual filmmaking aspect of it because, they're shot on a location, they're actually going to real places in England, so you kind of get to see this experience of a hike, which is kind of cool. It's something different for me to watch because I don't really watch movies about this where these people just go on for a long walk, right? It's such a random movie to watch, but that was probably my favourite part of the movie, was seeing these big giant open landscapes. The story itself is nothing crazy, and then by the end of it you kind of know where it's heading. You know they're in a desperate, depressing situation, but then when they get out of that, obviously everything goes happy, everything gets happy, everything turns out the way they want it. So nothing amazing there. There is a couple funny moments where, when they meet the people and then they have a laugh with people and all of that, but I won't say the acting performances were anything outstanding. I wouldn't say the story was anything outstanding. It was just enough for me to pass the time, enough for me to get out and do something, before what I usually do in my personal life. So yeah, that's what I would say about, The Salt Path. Probably give this a 6 out of 10. It is, like I said, it's nothing groundbreaking. It's not going to be in my top movies of the year, but it's not going to be, like one of the worst movies I've ever watched. Like, this movie does what it needs to do. It does what it does. It sends its message. It does it in its own way and what it's meant to do. So there's all of that. I mean, if I actually read the book about this story, about all of that, then maybe I probably would have thought this was more of an interesting movie to watch, but it was just kind of there, and it was enough of a watch for me. I was like, yeah, that was fine enough, that passed my time, that did what I wanted it to do, that was enough for me. So yeah, this is kind of a different review because there's been a few reviews where I am ranting and raving about the latest greatest thing that just came out in the cinema, but this time sometimes you get these kind of films where you just go and watch it, you don't think it's the greatest thing ever made, you just kind of go there, you kind of experience it, but will you remember it? You probably won't. So yeah, that's my review of The Salt Path. It was just enough. That was just good enough for me. Nothing truly outstanding. So yeah, don't really want to repeat myself any longer, but that was just how I felt about the movie. So stay tuned for more reviews like this one. Hope you enjoyed this review. And yeah, that's my review of The Salt Path. Stay tuned for more like this one. So yeah, bye.